Hey guys, it's the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video, the top 8 roller coasters at Six Flags America. So, this park, overall, their roller coaster collection is pretty good. I should say that. It might be better than Six Flags St. Louis's roller coaster collection, but I know their operations are absolutely horrible, which makes them one of the worst Six Flags parks. But their coaster collection isn't horrible. They have a solid coaster lineup, and this is my new opinion on what coasters are the best there. So, obviously, number 8 is Mind Racer, and I've heard that this is one of the worst Vekoma SLCs, and it will erase your mind. It has your traditional Vekoma SLC curve drop, some pretty intense inversions, but unfortunately will be pretty rough. So yeah, Mind Racer, pretty rough coaster, and it's not that good compared to some of these other coasters at Six Flags America. So that's why it's at number 8. But if it was flawless and perfectly smooth, it would easily be one of the best coasters here, even in the top 3, maybe even number 1, I don't know, if it was glossy smooth. Number 7 is Raging Cajun, and this is a coaster that I actually rode at Six Flags Great America before it was relocated to this park, Six Flags America. So Raging Cajun is a pretty fun wild mouse. It has some pretty cool sharp turns for a wild mouse, and this is probably my favorite wild mouse coaster I've ridden, even though it was quite some time ago. I still really remember this coaster pretty decently well. The spinning aspect of the coaster was pretty awesome, and I really enjoyed the overall ride experience. I think it's way better than Dark Knight and Mad Mouse at Michigan's Adventures, so Raging Cajun, very fun wild mouse. Number 6 is Apocalypse, and this is the B&M stand-up coaster, and this picture shows it as Iron Wolf, but still the same thing. This coaster used to be Iron Wolf at Six Flags Great America, and it used to be the first ever B&M, but then it was relocated to Six Flags America, where it's now Apocalypse, with the Apocalypse theming, and it still has the traditional stand-up coaster trains in the same exact layout. It was a relocation. So this coaster has a decent pre-drops and okay inversions, a vertical loop, corkscrew. Probably my main complaint with this coaster is it would be pretty rattly because it is a bit of an older B&M coaster. It's a fairly old coaster compared to some of these other B&Ms that have been built recently. Plus, it is a stand-up coaster, so you might find some rough parts on this coaster, but it looks pretty decent. Number 5 is Roar, and this is the GCI wooden coaster at Six Flags America. And normally GCIs should be some of the best woodies out there, and this is one of the worst GCIs. It's kind of rough, and I've heard it's not the greatest, but it's not unbearable, so I'm not putting it any higher. Plus, this coaster isn't a clone anymore because Roar at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom became the Joker, the amazing RMC hybrid that's one of the worst RMCs. So, the Roar, it could definitely be a better coaster or smoothened out, but overall it looks like a decent wooden coaster. Number 4 is Wild One, and I've heard this is a solid wooden coaster. It has some decent airtime, and this is a fairly old coaster as well, is what I've heard. Overall, Wild One looks like a pretty solid wooden coaster, definitely the best wooden coaster at Six Flags America, and definitely a nice coaster to complement their coaster collection. Number 3 is Joker's Jinx, and this is the Premier Ride Spaghetti Bowl, and I have ridden an exact clone of this, but indoors, Flight of Fear at Kings Island, and I enjoyed this coaster this year. I enjoyed Flight of Fear this year. I really thought it was a very fun coaster. The launch overall is very good. There's some pretty cool tight turns throughout the ride. And with Joker's Jinx, in my opinion, this and Poltergeist are better than the Flight of Fear coasters because they're outdoors, so you can get a day ride on them and a night ride if you wanted to. So Joker's Jinx, very fun launch, has some nice inversions, and provides you with a day ride and night ride unlike the Flight of Fear clones. So Joker's Jinx, very fun coaster at Six Flags America. Number 2 is Batwing, and this is the Vekoma Flying Dutchman. And this coaster has had the pretty far back end of Six Flags America, but it's a pretty fun coaster. It seems to have some. It has the same exact layout as Firehawk at Kings Island. It has some pretty fun inversions, and that vertical loop is definitely the best part of the ride. Looking back at Firehawk. So overall, very fun drop, very fun elements, and overall Batwing, very good coaster at Six Flags America. I used to think this is the best coaster at Six Flags America at one point, but now I'm changing my opinion to Superman Ride of Steel being the best. So, Superman Ride of Steel, it's kind of another coaster that's pretty similar to Millennium Force or an Intamin Giga Coaster or Intamin Hyper Coaster. It's very fun. It has a pretty exciting drop, great quality airtime, and some pretty fun helixes. Even though the helixes kind of waste the ride, kind of, this coaster is easily the best coaster at Six Flags America, especially if you ride this coaster in the back row probably, as you will get some insane airtime on the first drop, some insane airtime on the airtime hills, and a pretty fun ride experience. So, overall, Superman Ride of Steel, very long ride time, and it really has some fun stuff to offer on it. And that was my opinion on the best coasters at Six Flags America. What is your opinion on this park and what their best coasters are? Do you think this park is an underrated amusement park or overrated? Show me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.